told you.
All right, we're here in Oakland, the Free Bradley Manning rally. We have other streamers here on site. Jeff Cloy's back in town to visit. Hey, I was wondering if you could tell me that story again about what you were saying when you were down in LA about getting rid of your equipment.
Well, I am moving to the UK in like weeks for study, so I was at Occupy LA at Chalk Walk, which was, I believe, last week, and I had all my gear, you know, like nice.
Let me get R2 to be quiet. Oh, there we go. So anyway.
Yeah, I had my my vest and my my helmet, and I just gave that away to whoever needed it there. The people that were just sitting near me. Luckily, someone put it on and he fit. Gave him the vest.
Nice.
He fit the helmet though, so I still do have that, and I'd like to give that away. I left it in LA, so if anyone's watching from Occupy LA or around there, you know, just
get a hold of them.
Yeah, get a hold of me on Twitter, JEFFKLOY. I have a Kevlar helmet.
Military Kevlar helmet for raids.
For raids and such, and I also have a monopod for the camera phone if you want it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that was England.
What?
You going over to study?
I am studying global justice. So it's a lot of human rights, and it's a 51-week program. Professors, like one of the head professors went to Cal, so he knows about Occupy, and like they've always had, you know, the student unions there, demos and protests. So I'm expecting that they're expecting me to show up for this. So at least that's a good thing. At least I know they're progressive in that sense, and it's not going to be a closed-up university that's just working with the system.
That's great, man. Thanks for the information, and you know, one love there. Yeah, we're getting a lot more people showing up.
Hey.
So, what's up, man? How's it going? I'm all right. Just cruising around and doing the citizen journalist thing. Public safety training, South Bay Regional.
It's the closest thing that's legal.
Closest thing that's legal?
Yeah. And it's even come in handy in SSF. I've been able to cross lines.
Oh, and
civil disobedience.
Right?
Just because it's an authentic, you know, it comes from the same manufacturer as the uniform.
Right.
So it's got the thread kind of subliminal things.
Hey, zero. Right on. Well, that's interesting. We have a World Can't Wait here with the worldcan'twait.org. I'm gonna go say hi to Internal Affairs. What's up, man? Hey. Good to see you again. It looks a little heavy. Looks stable though.
It's fine, but it's good.
Nice, good to see you.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited to be out here live streaming.
And we're back with Zero here in Oakland. We just left the studio. We had about a 45-minute little news brief updates, and
I've been sick all week.
Seems I run into you everywhere, man.
I do try to get around. I try and be active. I try and at least let my number count with other people's numbers. So yeah, I do try and
be on scene. That's the only way.
Sometimes, or be behind the scenes. It's not a bad thing.
No.
Just look for some more Bradley Manning stickers. I think I lost mine.
Oh no, they might be in the studio.
Bang.
Oh. Yeah. Let me have one. I need another one.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll go right there. Yeah.
Would you like one of these?
Sure, I have one on my other
Zero's handing out stickers again. Bradley Manning. So since I spent so much time over in San Francisco during the occupation, over here a lot of people that are regulars don't recognize me, and they're asking about the hat. And I always have to remind them that paranoia is something that'll just get a hold of you, and you got to get rid of that. You do your research and look at the way somebody's dressed and their actions. You can tell if they're an agent or not. Most agents don't just go walking around letting you know that you're being watched. They're very subversive and secretive about it. Oh, we have a mic check. Unless that's somebody doing the same thing I do. No, that's a bullhorn.
Hey, it's the 43rd, baby. Somebody want to give me an air?
Well, I'm expecting a mic check. There we go. Oops, sorry, man. Stepped right in front of you.
Yeah, well, mine's broken too, but.
Hi, I'd like to thank everybody for being here today to support WikiLeaks and Bradley Manning. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes with our speakers. So we're going to be standing on the stairs over there. For now, I'd just like to announce that we have some more banners and signs in my booth here. So if anybody can bring a sign and would like to show their support, you can come here and pick up a sign, and we'll get started with our speakers. Like I said, in just a couple of minutes. Thanks.
Hey, Zero? Hi. Is there any chance you could spark up one of those left-handed cigarettes?
I do. I
Excellent.
have some left-handed cigarettes. Someone has lost their jewelry.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Listen,
Give one.
just
Here, give away.
Wearing them proudly. Yeah, and to share.
Pull on a left-handed cigarette?
Wear it proudly.
I wear it proudly. I don't care if the thing is all torn up. You can still read it. That's what matters.
Has been worn a little bit.
Oh, it has. It'll be a souvenir when I get a brand new one.
There you go. How long have you had it?
This one about 2.5 years. No, since Christmas of 2009.
That's a
It
while.
was given to me by a lovely girl whom I'm no longer seeing, but hey.
Nah. Easy come, easy go.
Not quite.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to
Does your
throw
hat
some-
identify your affiliation?
Yes, I am a chef.
Very good.
No, the hat is actually my play on the system, I guess. You know, you see people.
I like it.
You know, it's. Thank you. We're taking an intermission real quick.
Smoke break.
We're getting photo opportunity here. All the journalists are taking pictures. I have to remember how I took that picture. Oh, yes. Clear the lungs out. No. Self-medication time.
I don't consider it medication. I consider it fun.
You know what? Fun should not be illegal. Fun should not be frowned upon. Fun should not be a set time and a set place with set games.
And my methods of having fun should not hurt you, and yours should not hurt me, and otherwise it should be okay.
Well, it's got some websites listed there for you to take a look at.
I am going to move around. Thank you, Dana, for coming out.
Oh, thank you. I just can't stay very long, that's all. But good to see you again, Zero.
Just showing up in solidarity for a minute or two. Is still
And
showing
for
up.
people, oh, absolutely. I am always in solidarity with those who want to challenge a corrupt, dangerous, life-oppressing system. But I do not take my aim at I do not consider this president to be the problem. I consider him to be as much a victim of it as we are. A corrupt political system creates corruption, no matter what else happens.
Right? Absolutely. Excuse me. I was just wondering.
I have to turn this down. Hold on.
Yeah. Would you be familiar with the movie, the documentary Thrive?
I was just told about it yesterday, and there's a group that I occasionally attend their meetings called Peace and Pizza, and I offered the suggestion that maybe they would like to use that movie for that. So,
yeah, that's a great movie. I've seen it a couple
but
times.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know what it's about. But I'm perfectly happy to see it. I've just had it recommended by several people.
In this campaign,
Cool. I'm
given
gonna
what is
try and catch
happening
this in.
Please. What's your name?
James.
James? Yes. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Dana.
Yeah, nice to
You will be extradited to the U.S. Also given that just a few days ago, Bradley Manning's defense lawyer discovered more evidence about his torture while he was at Quantico. That's something some of our speakers are going to tell you more about. They're also going to be telling you what you can do to help Bradley and ensure that whistleblowers and soldiers get justice in this country. First, I would like to welcome to the stage Bob Miola. He's on the steering committee for the Bradley Manning Support Network. He's also part of our Courage to Resist collective. He's going to give a general overview of the case and bring you up to date on what's happened with Bradley's case recently.
Hi, U.S. Army, Private First Class Bradley Manning. Very good.
Automatically go with you from even 500 feet away.
Was arrested in May of 2010. He has been in prison in 3 trial confinement ever since, nearly 27 months, and is still awaiting his trial. For 9 of those months, he was held in isolation, and solitary confinement was widely acknowledged to be inhuman conditions of psychological torture in the Marine Brig in Quantico, Virginia. What would you do if you were a 22-year-old soldier with knowledge of your government's complicity in war crimes? Was he obligated by the Nuremberg principles to not participate in those crimes and to blow the whistle on them? The Constitution binds the United States to international law and the treaties that the U.S. signs that includes the Geneva Conventions and Convention Against Torture. So if Bradley Manning is what he is accused of, he is a hero. Bradley is accused of leaking the collateral murder video, the Afghan war diary, the Iraq war blogs, Guantanamo files, and embarrassing the U.S. diplomatic cable to WikiLeaks. If he did those things, he is an American hero. The collateral murder video shows a United States Army helicopter attack that killed 11 unarmed civilians, including 2 Reuters journalists, and wounded 2 children, in Baghdad on July 12, 2007. Watch it online if you have never seen it. It is not an aberration. It is typical of the war crimes routinely committed by the U.S. in Iraq and in Afghanistan that have been attested to by Army veterans who witnessed those crimes. The Afghan War Diary includes thousands of battlefield reports that explicitly describe civilian deaths and cover-ups, corrupt officials, collusion with warlords, and a failing U.S. NATO war effort. The American people deserve to know that their tax dollars are not only funding immoral wars, illegal immoral wars, but have gone to the government of Pakistan and have then been turned around and given to the Afghan Taliban to fight U.S. troops in Afghanistan. We have a right to know about the corruption and the war crimes. The world has a right to know about the crimes against humanity. Democracy demands transparency. Bradley Manning is alleged to have tried to stop Iraqis from being handed over for torture after they printed an article exposing corruption in Iraq. His commanding officer told him to shut up. He could not rely
This is maximum volume. Sorry. If you're having trouble hearing, I'd encourage you to come closer.
Okay. He could not rely on his chain of command to address evidence of violations of the United Nations Convention Against Torture. Bradley Manning faces lifetimes in prison. He has so far been punished before ever reaching a courtroom. President Obama and General Martin Dempsey, chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, have both declared Manning guilty before trial. Obama said Manning broke the law. General Dempsey said he did break the law. There are legal precedents that address what they both did. What they did is called undue or unlawful command influence. How can Bradley Manning get a fair trial when his jury will consist of military officers, all of whom want to advance their military careers, when the commander-in-chief has already pronounced him guilty? He cannot get a fair trial. That alone is one of the reasons that all of the charges should be dropped and the case should be dismissed. So far, the military has denied Bradley's right to show evidence that the U.S. government has admitted that the material released by WikiLeaks has not harmed anyone. Juan Mendez, the UN Special Rapporteur on Torture, was denied a confidential meeting with Bradley. Even still, after a 14-month investigation, he concluded that Bradley's treatment at Quantico was cruel and inhuman. And now the military judge has ruled that because he never met with Bradley, Juan Mendez cannot be called as a witness in Bradley's case. And yet another reason that by itself is reason enough to drop the charges and dismiss the case is the unlawful pretrial punishment of Bradley Manning. Bradley's attorney, David Coombs, will soon make this argument. His 110-page Article 13 motion details the horrendous violations that Bradley suffered to his body and to his mind and to his spirit at Quantico. Article 13 protects against unlawful pretrial punishment and supports the precept of accused innocence until proven guilty. It states, no person, while being held for trial, may be subjected to punishment or penalty other than arrest or confinement upon the charges pending against him, nor shall the arrest or confinement imposed upon him be any more rigorous than the circumstances required to ensure his presence, but he may be subjected to minor punishment during that period for infraction of discipline. Bradley Manning has been a model prisoner, yet his treatment by the United States has been despicable. The government and the military have been hiding the ball throughout Bradley's pretrial hearings so far. They have not been handing discovery over to Bradley's attorney as they should have been. Our latest discovery is that Bradley's horrible treatment at the Quantico Marine Brig did not start with the brig commander. It was ordered by a 3-star general. Everyone under him who participated in the mistreatment was complicit. I won't detail those things. Maybe somebody else will later, and you should look them up. The part that was new to me was that he couldn't even support his back leaning it against the wall when he was sitting on his bunk. Anyway, that late discovery, held on to by the prosecution for 6 months after they received it, is the reason for the current delay in Bradley's Article 13 hearing. Daniel Ellsberg is a hero for having released the Pentagon Papers in 1971 during the Vietnam War. Obama said that what Ellsberg did was different than what Bradley Manning did. That is true. Everything Ellsberg released was classified top secret. The president displayed his ignorance in pointing to the difference. Everything that Manning is alleged to have released was classified only secret or lesser classifications, not top secret, much of it not classified at all. Is the president saying that Ellsberg deserved more punishment than Manning? Bradley is accused of aiding the enemy, but that charge has not been defined. There is a difference between intentionally aiding an enemy and publicizing information for the public that the enemy has equal access to in newspapers. Blowing the whistle on war crimes is not a crime. It is time to prosecute the war criminals, not the whistleblowers. Obama not only has not prosecuted the Bush regime war criminals, he chose to become one himself. He is both a war criminal and a domestic enemy of the people and the Constitution since he signed the NDAA and shredded the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments and subjected all of us to martial law and indefinite detention. Under the Constitution, it is Obama and every senator and congressperson who signed the NDAA who have committed treason against the people and the Constitution. So the war criminal emperor has locked up and abused a soldier who has not been convicted of anything and is a hero if he's guilty of what he's accused of doing, shedding light on the illegal and immoral acts of the USA. Bradley Manning needs all of you to help him win his freedom. Please go to bradleymanning.org to donate to Bradley Manning's Legal Defense Fund and learn more about his case and how to educate the public and organize to free Bradley Manning. Go to www.standbradley.org, standwithbrats.org to sign the petition to support him. Thank you, and free Bradley Manning.
So as Bob just mentioned, you can go to bradleymanning.org to learn more about how to take action for Bradley. But as a matter of fact, we are going to be taking action for Bradley here today. We will tell you more about that after our next couple of speakers. Next, I'd like to welcome to the stage Sarah Hussein. I may have mispronounced her last name. But Sarah is a wonderful Iraqi refugee, student, and peace activist who we've been lucky to have present with us at peace actions here in the Bay Area. Thank you, Sarah.
Hey, by the way, real quick, I see the chat room. Kate Cranis, please don't do that. Thanks, man. Good to see you in here.
Speaking, representing Iraq, and speaking about Bradley Manning and the courageous deed that he has done. So I have a little speech prepared, so bear with me. When I was living in Iraq, I thought speaking the truth was nearly impossible. No one dared to even think about revealing a shred of evidence about the regime or its injustices. And then I went to Syria to find out that Iraq was not the only country that had a police-state system, but the police-state system was a popular system among countries around the world. And then, popular system, but it kept the people from the truth. It deprived them from their right to be informed on what their governments do and don't do, and instead spreading slogans praising the Lord and the man in power. And then I came here and found out people who try to speak the truth are all often accused of conspiring against the nation and rewarded with legal charges and scrutiny by their government. In essence, we're all condemned for speaking the truth that reveals the facts of our regime. Iraq was invaded for the wrong reasons, and I'm sure you all have figured that out after 9 years. But for 9 long years, what the US has brought Iraq, the kind of freedom that it gave Iraq, and all the things that it's doing in Iraq till this day, is beyond what words can say. But over 1 million Iraqis were killed in 2003. More than 1 million widowed women left in Iraq. Over 2 million Iraqi children were orphaned. 4 million Iraqi refugees still live in limbo around the world, displaced and unaware of what will happen, what their future will be like. And hundreds of thousands of Iraqis are imprisoned with no prosecution. The freedom that Iraq has today cannot be called freedom, especially when the democratic government in Iraq has different loyalties other than that for the people, loyalties that are often questioned. If Iraqis were to speak about their current pressure, they're gone into the abyss, they're imprisoned, they're tortured, or even assassinated. Methods the Iraqi government has learned from its truth hidden and bring no mention of where all the oil is pumping and where the money is going. What Iraq needs, just like the world, is more Bradley Manning that are not afraid to reveal the truth about what really happened and still happens in Iraq or in Afghanistan or in Syria or Bahrain. Enough is enough. Enough deception, enough corruption, enough killing and waging wars on assumed threats. Let us all stand together and demand there not to be another Iraq or another Afghanistan. And let the truth be revealed. Those who speak the truth like Bradley Manning and others, they should not be condemned for standing up and telling what their government has been lying about for years and years. So thank you very much. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce Jeff Patterson. Jeff is Project Director of Courage to Resist, steering committee for the Bradley Manning Support Network, and a veteran anti-GI resistor himself. He can tell you more about that.
Hey, all right, Jeff.
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm among friends here, obviously. Oakland, my adopted hometown. I had to fly to San Francisco finally after years, so no party. But briefly, Bradley Manning, Courage to Resist. We've done dozens of defense funds. We've helped hundreds of resistors. Some of our people, we win. They don't go to jail. Some of them, we don't win enough, and they end up doing a year, 18 months in the military prison for refusing to fight, for refusing to go along with the program quietly. But Bradley Manning is a case in its own different plane, where we're dealing with a life and death question, a question of whether this young man has a life or he spends the rest of his life in a military prison, facing life in prison for aiding the enemy, plus an additional 150 years. And that's the seriousness we've taken to this case over the last 2 years. When Bradley Manning was still in Kuwait in a military prison, we collectively made a promise to him that we would cover his entire legal fees if he selected a civilian attorney, because we knew it would take a civilian attorney to give him a fighting chance, even in a military court. And we only had about $2,000 in the bank. He took us up on that challenge, and so far, with the help of people just like you, we've paid $250,000 to keep an entire legal team working for us. That sounds like a big number, it is. You can't buy a house around here, of course, for that. But it's still a big number. The attorney's assistants, the clerical staff, we have expert witnesses on forensic evidence. So people ask, well, are you challenging their evidence? And yes, we are challenging their evidence. We've got that, and now we have some hope. Going into the Article 13 hearing, we now know that when Bradley Manning was tortured, it wasn't just because of the guards, it was because of a conspiracy from a Pentagon-level general. And every level of the chain of command, those people followed illegal orders in punishing, torturing Bradley before his trial even started. And now there's hope. Now it's still slim hope, but there's hope that justice will be served if the military judge is courageous enough to do the right thing. But we're going to have to wait and see. But there's hope, and that hope exists only because of people like you, what we're doing today, and our funding of Bradley Manning's legal defense team.
All right, everybody. I just heard word from the Iraq Veterans Against the War that their action has begun. Today, August 16th, in 3 major U.S. cities, they're doing a coordinated action to send a message to the one person who has power to free Bradley Manning. They're getting together to ask President Obama to A, apologize for comments he made last year prior to trial about Bradley Manning's guilt. And number 2, to ask that President Obama follow up on newly revealed evidence that the orders to torture Bradley, hold him in solitary confinement for 11 months, were actually coming from a 3-star general, somebody pitched in the Pentagon. which is very serious because that means the military lied to the public when they said it was for mental health reasons.
Mental health.
So, 3 cities are asking Obama campaign offices to fax this letter to the central office, and they're doing sit-ins. And I've just received word they've begun their action. So I would like to thank everybody very much for coming to our rally. I would now like to invite everybody who's willing to march down with us to the campaign office and show us their support from the outside, and we'll continue our speeches there. Thank you. That's correct. And if you don't have a sign yet, there may still be some at the bottom of the lamppost. We're going to simply march down to the office, which is 2 blocks down that way, stand outside, and continue our speeches. Thank you.
Where do we go?
So I was just checking the chat real quick there. Barry made, thanks for tuning in. I see the chat now. I just didn't bring it up right away. And Kay Cranus, please don't do that, man. You freak people out when you say things like that. And for those of you viewing, I do know Kay Cranus, hardcore occupying supporter, an actual occupier. Some more literature. I'd say there's probably a good 100, 150 people here. Bradley Manning. You don't know who Bradley Manning is? Come on down, I'm going to talk about it. He's in jail, and he's a hero, but they're holding him in jail. So come on down, listen to these guys. They're going to talk about it. You can get some information. All right.
Don't suffocate my union brother, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Right on.
How's life?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm here. It's a sunny day. I'm still breathing. These guys ain't shooting at me.
Not yet.
I know this guy. We just blocked off the street. That's what it looks like to me. There's 2 squad cars, 3 blocking traffic behind us. Some of this traffic wants to turn. You're gonna have to go this way. You're gonna have to go this way. Thank you.
There's a marked police officer down here.
I used to do traffic directions, so this is an appropriate job for me. Multitasking here with the camera. Nice. Awesome.
See, I don't.
Also, make room for other people to come in. We want this to be open to everybody.
Come on in! Come on in! There's plenty of room! Plenty of room! Larry, there's
Stick I'm gonna step aside since I got a backpack. Free Bradley Manning. Wearing a beret in solidarity.
I don't know what it's. I think you're reading a bit too much into that, but I am here in solidarity.
There you are. You're here in solidarity. Even better yet. Clark, what's up, man? What happened? You're down. Streamer down. Streamer down. I'd like to hear what they're saying in there, but.
Maybe Korea.
Second, that President Obama ensures soldiers are free from illegal pretrial punishment. For the first 11 months of his detention, PFC Manning was held in solitary isolation. He was not allowed regular exercise or sunlight and was even forced to stand at attention naked. UN Chief Investigator on Torture Juan Mendez has declared these conditions cruel, inhumane, and degrading. Just this last week, PFC Manning's defense revealed that they have discovered emails that show orders of inhumane conditions for a 3-star general who ignored the warnings of Briggs psychologists and was likely acting with political motive. We ask that President Obama pardon him and the remaining charges and seek to ensure the international human rights of other servicemen and women will be respected. While we would defend the rights outlined above for any member of the armed services, we support PFC Manning, especially due to the patriotic motivations behind these actions attributed to him, and the positive impacts that have come from them. For example, we believe it to be appropriate for President Obama to acknowledge the role that these actions have played in ending the Iraq War. During the 2008 campaign, a majority of Americans, as well as a majority of those enlisted, believed that U.S. forces would be withdrawn from Iraq.
Wait a minute, I got a question. Why is there a big... I got a question. Why is there a big Barack Obama up there? I'm not streaming this. I gotta get back. I just can't support streaming something that has a big Barack Obama symbol behind it. I'm not going in there. I just realized they got they're promoting a candidate for presidency. I'm all for getting Bradley out of jail and freeing him and clearing him of the charges, but
I'm not supporting Obama for president.
no,
Obama! Another war criminal!
Definitely a war criminal. So that's why I'm walking out of there. I'd love to hear his speeches, but I'm not going to stream it with a promotional banner for the president. No way, no how. I'll do stuff like this, though. We'll come out here and we'll talk to real people. Thanks for holding that up. Looks great, you guys. Thanks. There's a big Obama banner in there. I don't mind streaming something like this, but that Obama banner is kind of offensive to me. It's inside the building where they're holding press conference.
Yeah, can you turn it just a little more this way so they see it when they're driving?
Oh, are we letting people through here? Okay. So we're letting traffic through. Is that what the?
Yeah.
All right. So I was blocking traffic. So I guess if we were going to do that properly, we would wave them through. How you doing today there, God? Good to see you here. I barely made it. I was afraid I scrounged up enough change to ride the BART to get here.
But how did you miss us?
I don't know. I got on the BART at 4:29. So.
Okay.
Oh, what are they doing?
I don't know.
Huh. Yeah. So I don't know how I missed you, but I got on BART and I missed you, but you're here. Both of you made it.
Got some BART fare for you.
Okay. Yeah, I scrounged up what I could to get here, and I was like, hope I see him.
Right.
I figured I would. You said you'd be here. Man of his word. 0.
Thank you. I have $1.
So,
You want $1?
I think.
Don't trust God, though.
Here, let me tell you guys something. I went into video what was going on in there in the speeches, and then I realized that they have a big Obama sticker. Thank you for sticker banner in the background, and I'm like, I'm not gonna stream this. And but I will talk about how I'm not gonna stream it. So it's almost as promotional as streaming it. Kind of stupid, huh?
Should we go check the back door? Any
Yeah,
of us?
let's go see what they're doing over there.
Let's go.
All right. All right, so we're gonna take a little walk around downtown Oakland real quick. This is Telegraph and 17th, going over to Broadway and 17th. The viewers of you that know where we're at, you can walk the viewers through it for us. Code frame.
Liberty.
What's up?
Keep an eye on our friends up ahead that are coming down.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go set up what I do as a standard patrol perimeter, and I'm gonna go see what's going on. I might take 0 with me. Yeah. Just saw more police vehicles show up the street, and I'm gonna try to signal. Yes. You see me. Let's take a walk up this way. I was thinking that if I just saw a couple more cruisers show up, I'd like to get on perimeter patrol like what I used to back in the day.
Okay. I'm with you.
So I can see what's going on. I mean,
Did you see which way God went? Back up front.
I think he was out front. Yeah. This is more or less the best place to be during a raid is on the outside of Nettle.
That's true. Yeah, we report the news right now.
Well, reporting news. I always found that it's hard to report the news from handcuffs. So, or beanbag to the chest. But we're getting close. These guys always hate it when we get right up in their face. But we have the right to do that, don't we? See, there's there directing traffic that way. They got one vehicle here. And that's it for now. So, having some minor difficulties. What's going on with the screen? Can you hold this, or here, pull out my battery, would you? It's connected to the cable. Yes, and then unplug it and plug it back in, please. Technical difficulties for the operator. Let's see. Unplug the secondary device and plug the cable straight into it. Yes. Plug that straight into the. Pull that out. Yep. Thanks, man. I'm not sure what happened there. I should archive real quick, so
Yeah.
just do an archive real quick and we'll be right back. Stand by.